Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. But it's going down right now. It's actually got to finish and watching a video of China, Russia, and North Korea. They went to, they was in China. China was doing them. Well, I don't know where they was located at, but I believe they was in China. But they was doing this modern military drill. And it's going down, man. These nations are gonna end up, we know prophecy is going to be World War III, and that's going to be the war to end our wars. But meanwhile, while the pride of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he got very proud, and this devil still is proud, very proud, as his um, place is declining, is falling right before our eyes. It's unbelievable to see. Um, a lot of brothers and sisters never thought you would see this in your lifetime, but it's going down. This place, the dollar. Man, I was watching so much stuff. It will blow your mind. It's just hard to consolidate all this into one lesson. But this economy, actually, I was watching this video maybe a few days ago. It was like an Edomite guy. He was talking straight up. He was like, America's in a depression, but they're not gonna never tell you that. And Jake's so simple. They want the news to tell them that we're in a depression. Fuck a recession. We passed that point. We're in a depression. The industry that I work in, I see a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Today, I had to go to the mall today, and it was a ghost town. Um, Everybody feeling this crunch besides the elites, and you even have your average Edomite that's cutting back. Never saw those kind of days before, right? So I'm gonna get into some, maybe 2 or 3 videos going into the state of the economy. The economy is fucked, and anything you see on the news about the economy is pretty much lies. They just don't want people to go into a panic. But since 2020, when they did the Great Reset, Jake, they put this, that was already the recession. And then now, this is a depression that we're in. Everybody's pretty much broke. Barely making it, just paying bills. So I'm going to get into this video. Today I was doing a little shopping, and I saw some, very spiritual. And it was like this particular store that I was in. They was hiring for like, for loss prevention, and it was like on the list, it was like maybe 20 some names of people that need jobs. It's crazy, man. But not to ramble too much, let me get into this first video.
And I'm going to explain why. I'll say 3 or 4 years ago, you put in a job application, at least five job applications. 3 of those will call you back, do an interview, and 2 of those will offer you a position. So within the last 2 to 3 months, I have put in at least 60 job applications. And out of those 60 job applications, I have received 2 callbacks. And out of those 2 callbacks, I have had 2 phone screenings and nothing else. What are the accolades that I have under my belt for?
Yeah, it was all a scam. The Jake woman has been intoxicated with feminism, intoxicated with college degrees. They're left their natural state and being seduced, drunken in this wine, the Babylon juice, that's been spiked with wine. And this is the dream, the so-called dream that you were sold. The so-called American dream was nothing but lies. They took you out of your purpose and you put your career first. A lot of women is bugging out right now. A lot of women didn't want to listen to the man. And I'm gonna start going into these women too. I got lessons because they got to be corrected. But because we don't, how can I say this? We don't hold no punches over here. We tell you straight up how it is. But a lot of women chose to disrespect their man, go against the authority of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. That they getting afflicted. Get into his other video. And this is how crazy it is. And I advise you brothers and you sisters, you know what I'm saying, to get a skill set, because shit get real crazy. I mean, they told you what they was going to do with the Great Reset. They base is going to destroy this economy. And a lot of Jakes, they still, it's not registering to them. They think everything is, they just simple in this world. Now, understanding that this world is being controlled by the elites, they don't get that. And they just keep complaining about things going up and this going up and this bill and that bill, but they're not making a connection. So we've been privileged to understand why this is going on, who's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get into this video.
At THRU, and the lady told me over 200 people have applied for a part-time position.
Over 200 people. That's kind of what I saw. Where it was like maybe 15, 20 people. And some just had me look down at it. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at it. I'm like, what the, because I'm like going about my business, right? But the spirit wanted me to see that. But and while I was going through this mall, it was a ghost town. You had a few, this is a pretty big mall too. You had a few stores that you had a little traffic, but it was pretty much like a desert. And keep in mind it is during a weekday, but still, you know what I'm saying? It's off the chain right now.
And she hasn't even checked it recently. The last time she checked, 200 people. Over. How am I supposed to get a job in this economy when 200 people are applying for a part-time position?
The job market is destroyed right.
Oh yeah, we in a depression. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna. Let me tell you something, Jake. If you want the news to confirm what we already see going on in real time, you brothers and you sisters, you can drop some whatever you see around your area, what's going on where you at. You can put that in my comment section. But yeah, it's going down. It's like this everywhere, and you seeing Edomites that was making six figures, now they having to scale back, cut back. Shit is crazy right now. And a lot of these Edomites are feeling this pressure as well. And I love it. Right? So let's go to this next video. And I'm gonna be going into some more videos. This Jay got he got an unlimited amount of videos, these shorts, going into, well, he got a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, from what I saw. But it goes on. And these people are bugged out. They on depressants, medication, heavily sedated. These people out of their fucking mind. They eating fake GMO foods. They can't think straight. They don't know if they coming or going. This is the land of confusion. Like I think what was that? Phil Collins did that song. Pretty good song. I might do a lesson going into that. The land of confusion. This is talking about Babylon. These people are all fucked up in their head. They don't know if they coming or going. These people actually believe in the political system. They actually believe in voting. They actually believe in all this crazy shit. And they see this stuff is not benefiting them, but they so drunken. That's why, you brothers, that's been in their states, right? I've been there, right? You've been drunk or whatever. You don't remember nothing. You remember very little, but that's the state that these people are in spiritually. Play some of this video.
What's the message?
Jesus died on that cross so we could live, and this is not living.
You hear what she said? This is the typical Edomite Christian. She threw. And who she's talking about when she say that? She's talking about Cesare Borgia, the so-called white man that's infamous, that's been plastered across the whole world. That's who they talking about when they say this. Back it up.
What's the message?
Jesus died on that cross so we could live, and this is not living.
Amen. I respect that. Rural America is...
And check it out. These are the same people voted for Trump, which voting is a joke anyway. But it just go to show you the mentality of these people. These people not, like I said, these people out of their fucking mind. And they the one thing, we the ones crazy. Give me 1 second. And this is what I'm talking about. It's just video after video after video after video. I'm going to be doing more lessons going into all this. It's people bugging out, people broke, people getting laid off. I mean, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Stuff happening that ain't never happened before. And they go to show you what time we in. Let's go here. Isaiah 24:11. It says, there is a cry from wine in the streets. And it says, all the joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. So eventually it's going to fully manifest. Babylon is going to be shrouded and dark clouds, metaphorically speaking, meaning all the folly is going to eventually come to an end because people are sobering up to what's really going on in the real world because they've been ignoring us. They've been in a delusional state of mind. They've been being blissful ignorant. Matter of fact, blissful ignorance. This is what people ignore what's going on. They say, I don't want to focus on the negative stuff. I don't want to focus on, I'm just going to focus on positive things. Now, that's why you got to pay attention. That's wisdom to pay attention to your surroundings, what's going on around you. But a lot of you people think this way. That's outside of the truth. It says blissful ignorance. Matter of fact. And this is what people been blowing us off. They ain't want to hear. They saying we been a Debbie Downer. This is depressing. What the fuck ain't depressing? It says the meaning of blissful ignorance is a state of not knowing and not wanting to know about unhappy things or possible problems. And this is you Jakes, and this the people in the world. That mirth is gone. You seeing these people sober up from that wine that they've been drinking from Babylon. Got them all, they was intoxicated, full of folly, not paying attention to, when you're drunk, you out of it. That's what these people were in the state of mind. Now they sobering up to what's really going on. And there's a lot of people that didn't want to pay attention to what was going on. Mirth, the shit is gone. You feel like, one of the Jakes and one of the brothers had posted a video of the Essence Festival. It was empty. And you just keep going on and on. Mirth, it says amusement, especially as expressed in laughter. So all that shit is coming to an end. All the TikTok pranks and all the bullshit challenges, these Americans get into all their folly, all that shit is coming to an end. And eventually the Lord is going to wipe this place off the face of the map. And matter of fact, I want to say that for another lesson. Let's go here. Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And that's Jake. Jake is simple. And the scorners delight in their scorning. You got them scoffers talking their shit for years. Oh, y'all been talking about this for a long time. Ain't nothing gonna happen. America is invincible. Do you not understand the rise and fall of kingdoms? Did you not know America is in the Bible, the most infamous place in the Bible that's gonna be leveled? And fools hate knowledge. So that's the consensus of our people. They prefer to stay stuck into the mentality, the doctrines of the world, which is based in lies and folly. Let's go here. Proverbs 1:23. Turn you at my reproof, Salakia. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. This Bible is unlocked now. We're able to go in and tell you what the Lord is really talking about. And a lot of people didn't want to hear it. But what's the penalty for this? Because they think God is all love and all good. That's what they think. They don't know the God out of the Bible, the power out of the Bible. Because I have called and you have refused. Jake don't want to hear it, going back into that blissful ignorance. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Let's go to 25. But you have said not in all my counsel, and I would none of my reproof. So Jake don't be want to hear it. So what's the penalty? And it's a cut that you've been taught God is all love. You don't study, Jake, to know you're getting lied to. Proverbs 1:26. I will also will laugh at your calamity. I will Salakia. I will mock when fear cometh. So the Lord, he's serious, man. He ain't what you've been taught. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to 27. It says, when your fear cometh as a desolation and your destruction come as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish are coming upon you. 28. Then shall they call upon me. Kind of what you see in the beginning phase of. And Jacob's trouble is going to cement this shit off. But I would not answer. So the Lord you didn't want to listen back then. The Lord ain't going to listen, then. You know what I'm saying? At that time. They should seek me early, but they shall not find me. This truth going to be cut off. So if you didn't get it now, you've been bullshitting around. Jake is a procrastinator. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a penalty for that. And then it ain't going to be too much more time that we're going to be warning you. Right? You see what's going on. Lord knows what's going to happen next. It's just very unpredictable right now, right? Shit is all over the place. So keep your head on the swivel. Stay prayed up. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rachak, Quadash. Shalom.